You know, the problem with a person who don't know love or who never experienced love the right way, what they do is they'll tell you a story on how they wasn't loved correctly. And when they tell you that story on how they wasn't loved correctly, you got to fill in the space that's absent for them. So despite individuals complaining about what they didn't have back in the slavery days or whatever's going on in the world as far as what people had to come through, they only relay those stories to put you in a different mentality. It's like saying, yeah, I had a soda, but I want yours. Yeah, I had a piece of cake, but it wasn't as good as yours. It's like that, right? Excuse me, my face all dirty. I've been doing some path clearing and shit. And now I'm burning a fire, so I'm all rough looking. But what I knew about love personally, is that when you are true with love within yourself, you have an untapped supply. When you are true about the ideal of love within yourself, you have an untapped supply. And that kind of goes over people's head when they dealing with manipulation. Like they try to add value, false value, to make you turn your mind away from what you love. So ultimately, while your mind is being pushed left and you're like, well, I didn't see these things or whatever, you're literally taking on the characteristic of people who lack the love and value. But you don't know that because you're too busy listening to the story of what somebody's trying to tell you. Let me tell you something about love. Love got room for everybody. And love is not sex. It's love. You see what I'm saying? It's an unconditional value that uplifts you in your time of need. That's what love is. It's supportive. You know what I'm saying? It's the light. It's invigorating. It's different things that have nothing to do with a negative tone or connotation towards a value that pulls you away from certain things or certain ways of thinking. Love don't separate. It builds. It builds. So if you got an excuse why you stop loving someone, or if you have an excuse why you walked away from someone, it's just a damn excuse. That means you don't have the love in you that you need to love people correctly. This is a reality check, whether people know it or not. And I know I beat people down when it comes to shit. I know y'all be like, damn, he be going hard on certain shit. Like I said, I don't be talking about nobody directly. I just be talking about the pretense of reality. You understand what I'm saying? The pretense of reality. And when you have love to give and you understand the circumference of what that is, it's everlasting. You're going to leave an impression because you loving good. That's the reality about love. When you love good, it's just good feelings. It's no, oh, I can't deal with y'all today. It ain't, oh, these ain't mine. This ain't, no, I ain't giving to them. I'm going to steal from them. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. It's like, oh, they got it. I'm about to go over it. That's not love. You fuckers are criminals. Criminal. It's not a thin line between being criminal and loving. There's not a thin line between that. It is blatant. It is a blatant reality, but nobody wants to sit back and say, you know what, that's not love. No, you will side with the criminal activity. You will say, yeah, you just was naive, or you was gullible, or you was this. That's what criminals say. That's what criminals say. They blame you for doing the right thing. That's what a criminal would say. A criminal will look you right in your face and be like, shit, I wouldn't have loved it. A criminal will look you right in your face and be like, shoot, I wouldn't have sat there that long if it was me. Yeah, because your bloodline is criminal. Where you come from, what you stand on is criminal. When you're thinking in a manipulative form to satisfy the value of love, opposite of what that is, you are a manipulator. Love is blatant. Right or wrong is blatant. You don't need to say, oh, I don't understand where that went. No, you're over there talking, running your mouth, changing minds. That's why I can say the weaker minds may fall at. Because you love so much, you will listen to anything. And sometimes people listen to shit just to gain attention. So if I'm sitting there listening to you, whether or not you know it or not, when you bobbing your head to music, even though you might not like that music, you just agree with it. You might go home tomorrow or that night and say, man, I don't care about that song. It's the last thing in your mind. But that song was talking about drug selling, hustling, having sex, hurting people, whatever, jewelry, making millions of dollars. On top of that, you agreed to it. Even though you're not really feeling it when you go home. It's a subconscious reality. So while you invite that ideal into your mentality or the way you move, that's what you got to deal with, because you know why? Lack of love. Loving yourself is taking care of yourself. That's what loving yourself means. Taking care of yourself the right way. Doing what you wouldn't normally do for yourself when you should do what you should do for yourself. Take the damn medicine. Sit your ass down somewhere. Eat some food. Go to sleep. Wash your ass. Take care of your home. And take care of people how you take care of these same situations. This is you expressing love to yourself. Once it becomes a repetition, you know how to do that now. So anytime somebody don't give you love, you know what you do? You go in the pocket and love yourself. That's the reality to what this is. Yo, shout out to Tab, because I be watching her, and she said some real shit today, and I'm like, you know what? That's me right there. I always slide when the beep hit. It's time for me to go. I be like, yo, I feel a beep. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I gotta get this fire. Hold on 1 second. Like I was saying, shout out to Tab, because she was talking about every time we get close, we always thought, and I be the main one to do that. I be sitting around, I be like, man, ain't nothing changing. Shit don't look good. I got to love myself. So I be like, you know what? This might not be it. So I be ready to just go ahead and slide, yo, because I love to love, yo. And I'm not even mad at the dumb motherfuckers who don't appreciate the love I gave in my life. It's not my problem. These just people who didn't know how to love. They didn't have love in their life. They lacked it. This is why I don't have no anger towards nobody that ever did me wrong. You expressed the fact that you don't have love in your life. That's what that expression was. I don't get mad when people talk behind my back, or when people whisper and put fake reality in the way to make things that I do fall. I don't get mad at that. What I say is I pray for these people, because I know you do not know what you do. You lack love. And if you understood what love is, you'll be too busy loving your damn self than worrying about me. You'll be back to doing that. But see, this is what expresses the value. You do not love yourself enough. So I am your main thought pattern. I am your main conversation. I am your plan to bring destruction. I am your reason to get where you think you need to go when I ain't even your problem. But the conversation will be about me. You know why? Because I carry love for myself, and I don't run behind shit. I've always been like this since I was born. People had to come find me. There was never no, oh, come on, y'all, we going. They like, no, get everybody together. All right, where's George? We don't know. He's gone. Then people start calling me all around the place. You know, I'll be in the top of a damn tree, in the woods somewhere, doing my own damn thing, not worrying about a soul, because you know why? I loved me. I didn't need a crowd of people to make me happy. I didn't need somebody to pat me on the back and say, hey, we're proud of you. I didn't give a shit. I was doing dope shit when I came out the womb. You want to check my record? In the first grade, I was drawing still life. You know, the vase with the tulip, with the perfect background and a table, off pastels, in the first grade. The teacher was amazed that I was able to do these things. You know what people say? It ain't all that. But you're telling this to a first grader. A first grader who draws on a college level. I was 5 years old cooking breakfast for my mother. Before I even went to school, I knew how to cook eggs and bacon and grits. These are my natural talents. I didn't need nobody to show me that shit. I was going to do it. You told me I couldn't do it, I was going to do it anyway. You said he couldn't flip off the building. I flipped off the building. They said he ain't gonna do this. My whole life I heard I wasn't. Because you know why? They knew I already was. It's not rocket science to me. I know me. Do you know yourself? Because at the end of the day, I love what God created right here. No matter if I got shit or if I got somebody standing with me or I got somebody love me, family represent me, people who going, whatever. I don't give a shit at the end of the day. I'm still going to love me with something or without it. You need to ask yourself that. Because that's the real issue that people have. You don't know how to love yourself, so you come to the world to pull out where people lack. You go to the world to point out your shortcomings on other people so you can try to, because you sad. You're a sad motherfucker, and that's terrible that people have to deal with that energy. But is that my problem? No, it's not. And when you inflict these energies on other people, you know what that makes you? A criminal. NAGA.